ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me today to present you John Cockrell Group. Do you hear me well now? Yeah. Okay. So, our group is a very old group, more than 200 years of history. And during all these years, we have been able to develop several and different kinds of technologies. And of course, now we are committed to renewables and to bring to the market solutions that meet the needs of our clients. Our group is a family-owned group, present worldwide, and we have 6 major areas of activities. So the first one is renewables. We have also energy solutions, environment, industry, defense, and services. So today I will make a focus on our renewable activities. We are having for the moment 3 major activities related to renewables. The first one is solar and thermal storage activities and business. Second one is green hydrogen, and the third one is integrated and renewable solutions with the goal to mix several and different kinds of technologies, green technologies to provide electricity or heat to customers. And we have also a team dedicated to EPC, management of the project. As you can see, all these activities are having some link together, and the goal is to work together to deliver added value to our customers. We started these initiatives more than 10 years ago, and since more than 10 years, we have achieved several key milestones in different areas of activities, as you can see here on the slide. I will not go through this into details, but just to show you that we have several achievements related to renewables. So today I will focus on 3 major topics. Of course, as we are having a huge group with a worldwide presence, we have several and a lot of initiatives, but today I will focus on these 3. First one is solar, concentrated solar and thermal storage. Okay, so first, solar and thermal storage. So basically, we are designing and we supply equipments for concentrated solar power. We are active on 2 major products. The first one is the solar receiver. The goal of this equipment is to absorb the concentrated solar power and to heat up molten salt. Then we have also a product called the molten salt steam generator, and the goal of this product is to generate steam thanks to the heat coming from the molten salt heated up to 600 degrees C. We have installed several solar receivers all around the world, in Chile, in China, in Dubai, and also in South Africa. And during the execution of this project, we had the chance to collaborate with several Chinese players, such as Sepco3, Wallonne Group, Shanghai Electric, and Shanghai Boiler Works. And we are glad to continue this collaboration through this new project in South Africa, Project Redstone. And our customer on this project is again Sepulture. We have also, as said by Mr. Rons, a huge activity related to hydrogen. So we are a leader in alkaline electrolyzer manufacturing. Thanks to our expertise in that area, we are able to offer a full range of integrated solution for hydrogen production and supply. So as I said, we are a leader in this area, and this is also thanks to our subsidiary based in Suzhou. So we have a manufacturing business there, and we can manufacture the biggest electrolyzer available on the market, more than 6 megawatt per unit, per stack. The last topic I wanted to highlight is not integrated into our renewable business, but it is also an activity within our group, which is called Environment. And in this business, what we are doing is that we are also designing and supplying some equipments related to, as you can see here, related to carbonization of materials. This is the NESA solution. And we have developed a joint venture with EUA, and we are having now a pilot test station in Tangshan, Hubei, in China. Thanks to this collaboration, we have also achieved several commercial successes in Asia, as you can see. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks, Mr. Jihad Thomas. And our second keynote speaker today is Dr. Chen Cheng. Dr. Chen Cheng is the Executive Vice President of Goshen High Tech, and a leading Chinese company based in Hefei City. Hefei is basically a hub for electrical vehicles in China. And Dr. Chen has worked in China, US, and Japan for R&D of next generation batteries. And we will be very happy to connect with Dr. Chen from Japan today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can you give me a confirmation that you can see my screen and can hear my voice? Okay. Right. To distinguished ambassador, Mr. Cao Zhuming, and ladies and gentlemen, and good morning to Belgium and good afternoon to China. So my name is Chen, and I'm the Executive VP of the Goshen for Global Business. So today I want to share a little bit about the Goshen's and for Goshen's the approaches to make the green energy sustainable and achievable by the technology innovation.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so here is some like a basic fact of the Goshen. So we are located in Hefei as headquarters and have like more than 17,000 employees and like 3,000 people for R&D talents. So as Dr. Zhang Hongli introduced that we have worldwide 8 R&D centers and 14 battery production sites in China and also abroad. And for the last year, so we have delivered 16 gigawatt hour of the batteries to the whole market. And so this is our 8 R&D centers. So we have the Engineering R&D Center Institute in Hefei, and where our headquarters located. And also you can see from the video, we have a very beautiful theaters, like from the Hubei the main theaters, and also we have the R&D center from Shanghai, and for the overseas R&D centers, so we have two R&D institutes, one from the Silicon Valley for the battery BMS and advanced emerging like technologies, and another one is from the Cleveland for developing the electrolyte. And besides we have the mature R&Ds from the Tsukuba of Japan for the advanced battery materials, and we have also we have also the Göttingen Institute of we just started our we have the opening ceremonies for our Göttingen factories and have the R&D institute there. And also we have for the southeastern part, we have India and the Singapore Institute. And regarding to the global productions, so we have 10 production sites in China, and also another 4 production sites in abroad. And in China, so basically it's like from the north of China along to the south of China, including from the Tangshan and the Qingdao and to our main part Hubei and along to the Liuzhou, which is in Guangxi province. And for the overseas production site, and we have like and as our pack productions, and also we have like Europe as a pack production site, and the Vietnam will be our Goshen's first battery cell production site, and also will be the first one and in the southeastern areas for the battery cell productions. And following by that, we also working with the battery materials and the battery cell manufacturer in United States. And beside to the so also we have the very integrated like supply chains layout. So you can see in China we have almost like everything from the mine along to the recycles. And for China, so we have
那个我们陈博士的声音听不到，您能让他就是退出重新开始吗？我们待会儿请他，不要重新开始吗？那
我这边听不到吗？
对，我们这边听不到他的声音。
I think the online can hear my voice. I mean, only your party cannot hear.
就他们能听到我们，我们听不到他们。
Yeah. And okay, I think I want to continue. So because I just confirmed this for online auditors can hear my voice. And for China, so we have very 4 integrations of the supply chain. So we have the lithium carbonate along with some precursor materials, and also with the battery materials like the anodes and like cathode, electrolyte, copper foil, battery case, and also we make the battery cell ourselves and the module pack and the BMS and along to the battery cycles. And not only in China, because our Goshen's ambition is like to have not only China but our remanufacture from the world. And in other countries like the Argentina and Indonesia, so we have our resources for the nickel, the cobalt, Indonesia, and also have the lithium salt lake resources in Argentina. And for USA, we also want to build our battery materials manufacturing center as well as the cell manufacturers there. And so Goshen's, as we said at the very beginning, the Goshen's to make like a green energy like available. So, and we also very focused on the carbon emissions. So we have a very specific target of the carbon dioxide emissions per watt hour batteries that we manufacture. So the state of art of the current is, and we have 78 gram carbon dioxide emissions per watt hour of the battery cell manufacturers. And by the time the 2025, we are expected to use different approaches, like using the renewable energies to do all the manufacturing assembly, and to use some recycled materials like the nickel, the cobalt, and lithium, and the coppers as the secondary materials, and to do the manufactures. And our goal is by the year of the 2025, we are capable to have the carbon emissions less than 27 grams per watt hour of the battery manufacturers. That's a cradle to gate the carbon emission goals and from the Goshen's insights. And for the applications for Goshen is manufactured especially for the electric vehicle and energy storage. So here are some examples that our product delivered to the market. So basically, we have covered all the categories of the passenger vehicles, and starting from the A0, like the mini cars, and the A-class, B-class, along with the C-class passenger vehicles, and also in the special vehicle markets, like the logistic and the machinery vehicles, and also we have commercial vehicle, very large share of the commercial vehicles. Goshen delivered the world first electric bus batteries and by the years like I think it's like 2015. And for other applications, and we have also working with the sharings cars and the sharings bike, and also from the marine applications. And another very important product for Goshen is also energy storage. So we have the plenty of the applications in China, and also we deliver the largest capacities of the applications for the peak shift in Zhenjiang of the Jiangsu province. And not only in China, so we have a lot of deliverables and achievements in the overseas markets, especially in North America. So we have some projects in California, and also in Chicago and West Virginia. So we have varieties of energy storage products, starting from the residential energy storage, from the 2C product to customer product, and from the distributed microgrid. And also we have developed the special applications for mobile charger with autonomous driving, which can solve the infrastructure problem, especially for the Europe. And also we have the very large scale container style and the energy storage for some large scale applications. And also, I think this is a little bit techy to introduce to here, but so I want to show Goshen already commercialized like a variety of the battery cells, including the lithium iron phosphate, LFP, and also the NCM batteries with the different form factor, like the prismatic, like the cylindrical, and like the pouch cell. But so what is the future that we want to deliver to the customer is we want to deliver even more benefit and values to the customers. So which means we can always increase over the energy density, and also this faster charging capability, and the cycle life, and the safety, and the even lower cost. So, and this page, we show the next generation battery technologies roadmap that we want to deliver to our customers. For the NCM materials, and we want to deliver under the cylindrical cell, which is the 46 series. Maybe you can see that from the Tesla vehicles, which are using 46 series, 4680. But what we deliver compared with the Tesla and the Panasonic technologies, we can deliver 15% more energy density with the same packages, and with more density, but we can make sure all the safeties. And also for the LFP materials, so Goshen is always the pioneers for the LFP chemistries, and we always have leading the energy densities starting from 2019, starting with our big cylindrical LFP cells, and we are leading the market for the energy density for the LFP. So here we are going even more to achieve like 210 by next year, and have 240 by 2025. And by 2027, we are going to approach 300 watt hour per kilo by the LFP technologies. And the third one is for the energy storage. You can see the energy storage is one of our biggest markets for Goshen. We are delivering the sodium ion electronic ion batteries, and with more than 12,000 cycles, which can match the cycle life with the silicon, with a single crystal silicon, the photovoltaic. So we can have like 25 years of warranties, or the batteries match with their power cell. so which will be like dramatically reduce the cost of the energy. So in the future, it's capable to use the couple of the solar cell and the sodium-ion batteries with much less like cost than current nuclear power, and we can off the grid applications. I think so. Here are also some new technologies that we introduced to the market, that we deliver the 360 watt-hour batteries by using a lot of the innovations technologies like the composite current collectors, the different like method to the pre-lithiation, and the anode mixture binder tech system, and also the different coating technologies for cathode to make sure the safety, and also the functional ionic membranes, so which we can deliver the energy density of 300 watt-hour per kilo, which is the world leading energy densities, which we are prepared to deliver this battery cell to the premium vehicles, which can capable to support to have a cruising range more than 1,200 kilometers with these technologies. And also this technology is super safe. We have all cleared all the China GBT standard, and for the short circuit cruise, the question testing is overcharged and discharge as the discharge. And also for our cylindrical cells, so this is roadmap how we develop the cylindrical cells and end up to 310 watt per kilos, which is super handy the energy densities. And besides that, we can also have very faster charging capabilities. So for these batteries, so we can charge your batteries from the 10% to 80% by 18 minutes. So which means with 800 kilometers or 1,000 kilometers cruising range of the electric vehicles, we can charge the vehicles with 80% of the SOC by 18 minutes, which will be dramatically change the user experience of the electric vehicles, because currently people are complaining that the charging time is too long, but we will change this dramatically. And also, for even with the fast charging, we can make sure the very long cycle life. We can make sure like 800,000 kilometers of warranty time, even by the very good using experience. And beside to this, and we also developed our structured cell, so with the more advanced packaging technologies from the cell and to pack, which can provide you even lower cost and higher performance, and by the cell to chassis design. And this battery cell is especially designed to the cell to chassis design, and we can have the similar range compared with NCM, but the 20% less of the cost. And again, as under the 20 minutes faster charge is our standard design. And even with the daily faster charge, we can make sure the 3,000 cycles, which can equals around the 800 kilometers of the cruising range by using these kind of technologies. And the Goshen is very, focused on the collaboration with universities. And also we, for the global universities, we already collaborate with the ETH from the Zurich and the Swiss, and also Göttingen University for the big data platform. And for Japan, we're working with the National Institute for Material Science and the Nagoya University of Technologies. And North Americans, we are very closely collaborate with the Stanford University, Columbia University, and Cornell universities. And as well, we have also project with Hong Kong, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and the City University of Hong Kong. And we are also super interested in the work with the university from the Belgium to have some collaboration with the battery-related topics to make some advanced and innovations for the battery technologies. And that's all for the presentation from Goshen side. And thank you very much for your time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Qiansheng. I think I can see a lot of links with, between your technology and also the academic research in the energy sector here in Belgium, especially in Liège and in Ile-Louvain. Don't hesitate to contact CBTC. We can have the names of the academic that could be linked with you. And I think also that your technology can interest our next speaker, which is Alain Germaud, working for Preyon. Preyon is a chemical company active in the phosphate sector. And Alain is currently working on external partnership and strategic project in order to reduce the group carbon footprint. So that's why I said I think there can be a link between Goshen High Tech and Preyon.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for inviting me today. So I will speak about the circular economy in Preyon. So a little word about Preyon. So Preyon is a group with 1,200 people. We have a turnover of 1 billion euro, and our stakeholders are the SL, the state company, and OCP, which is a Moroccan company. They have about 60% of the reserve of phosphate rock, so it's quite important for us to be with OCP. We have a worldwide presence. We have 2 plants in Belgium, one in France, one in Morocco, one in the US, and we also have a JV in China with the company Pulit for the production of lithium iron phosphate for the battery market, which is a very huge market and a very interesting market for us. Okay, so our mission is to enriching daily life through phosphorus chemistry. Phosphorus is a very important element for life, and our vision is our technology make the difference. We are producing some chemistry, some chemical product, but we also selling our technologies for the production of phosphoric acid all over the world, so we are ready to sell our technology. Okay, so a little bit of technology. For producing phosphoric acid, there are 2 main ways. One is the thermal process, and the other one is the wet process. So the one we use is the wet process, and the big advantage is that we are using less energy than the thermal process. So we are emitting 7 times less CO2 than with the thermal process. The thermal process is often used in Asia, so we think that our process is interesting for the carbon footprint. So once again, we can help people to improve their carbon footprint through our process. What are we doing? When we're producing phosphoric acid, you have a lot of gypsum which is produced. It's calcium sulfate. And because we have our process, our gypsum is with high purity, and we are able to sell our gypsum to Clove, which is a Belgian company, and we have more than 500,000 tons of gypsum that we are able to sell to this company in plans of putting this in the stack. So once again, using the gypsum is very important for environmental reasons. One of our main constraints is to find phosphate rock. We are buying phosphate rock from Russia, so not so easy for the moment. So looking for other sources is very important. And one of those are the phosphate generated in the water treatment plant, urban or industrial, but also ashes coming from animal meals and bone meals. So to do so, we have to find a new way of producing. So we have developed a process to use those kind of products. It's a new process using hydrochloric acid and phosphoric acid. And with this, we are able to produce technical grade phosphoric acid, not food grade, because the product and the legislation doesn't allow us to use those kind of products for food grade products. But it's a first step, and with this kind of product, we are able to sell it for technical application. also use product coming from our client. We are selling, for example, phosphoric acid for the surface metal treatment, and the used phosphoric acid, which contains a lot of impurities, can come back in our process. We make a purification again, and we get sellable phosphoric acid. One big advantage of our process is that we are producing our own sulfuric acid by using liquid sulfur coming from the oil industry, which is a byproduct. And doing so, we are able, because it's an exothermic process, to get energy, so to produce our own steam, and with the excess steam to produce electricity. And with the use of this sulfur, we avoid to emit around 80,000 tons per year of CO2, which is once again very positive for the carbon footprint of our process. So if we look, around 30% of our raw material is coming from recycled products, 80% of our steam and 55% of our electricity are also produced by the use of a byproduct of the oil industry. And finally, 90% of our byproducts are recycled in valorizable products. Okay, thanks a lot.
Last but not least, let's welcome Mr. Étrangers, who has been a witness of China's economic development for many years, since he has been based in China for quite a long period of time for his company Agence Group and Aquila. So now let's hear from Mr. Étrangers.
你好, everybody. So I will try. After 21 years, I can say a few words in Chinese. Okay, continentally. Maybe before to start, I would like to say that I'm very glad to be invited today. Okay, at this conference, and definitely I would like to thank the Association of Chinese Professionals in Belgium and the CBTC to invite me and our company to do a presentation. Okay. Maybe before to start, I don't want to speak too much, but I would like to show you a movie about where we are right now. Okay? So, yeah, Nisha, put the movie. This is the situation of the sustainability today about the world. No, the first movie. The second one. This is the second one. First one first. Tout à fait. I think some of you will recognize the city. So I think what is very important to mention, what did we see in this movie, it is that... No. The slide. 40%. Voilà. What we can see in this movie, basically, it is that 40% of the global CO2 emission is coming from the building. So basically, everybody who owns a building has a very, very big target about the future. This is the key things. The second thing that is very, very important to mention, it is that this is coming from McKinsey. So what they are explaining is very easy. Everybody who is working on the sustainability, everybody who is working on the energy efficiency will have a direct financial impact and a direct positive impact. This is the key. More you work on your sustainability, more you work on the energy, more gain you gain for the world, but also for your company. So it's not something just marketing. We talk about really get a better world, but also get a better financial company result. So the big question is how to do that and when to do that. Mr. Xu mentioned at the beginning today the conference is how technology, how data can support sustainability. Today I'm going to present Aquila. Aquila is a software that has been developed by our company. It is one of the solutions. Is it the best? I don't know. But what I can say, it is a solution that is working today in China and that is coming to Europe. This is what I want to say. So basically, quickly, who is Aquila? Aquila is what? Aquila, it's a company of 80 people around. Aquila software has been deployed already today in more than 8 million square meters in China, and today there is around more than 50% of companies who are using Aquila platform in China. Today, we have this platform has been developing with two partners. One of the first partners is Microsoft, about the cloud information. The second partner is basically Dassault Systèmes. Dassault Systèmes, it's a French company, well known about digitalization. They have been working on the digitalization in the airplane industry, in the automobile industry for the last 25 years. And we have been developing with Dassault Systèmes the same idea, how to digitalize, how to create a digital twin of the building. So Dassault Systèmes is working with Aquila on the facility part. Why? Because 40% of the CO2 emission is coming from the facilities. And it is definitely a world that needs digitalization. Our vision, it is that data, understanding of the data can work, can help, can support the sustainability of the planet. Here, how does it work? So what do we do? Basically, we design, we build, we operate, and we report. And all of this is based on the digital twin. It's based on the proactive digital twin. Here you will see the digital twin is really in the center of all our technology. The digital twin will allow you, owner of the building, to integrate all the data that you have, and very important, to let the data work together. So this is where, Mr. Xu, to answer to your question, it is where technology can help on the sustainability. Because now there is this kind of technology allow us to work on this system and allow us to give new KPI, new target, whatever to government, whatever to private company, to factories, and so on. Here we are, what is in the center, this is the center of our competency. Here you have all the different modules that we have been designing and that we want to upgrade thanks to our platform. Now, I think it's all the time the best, it is reporting. The best, it's all the time the same. It is a small video. Maybe we can send the second video, then you can see with your own eyes how the platform is working. How does it look? What you are going to see on your computer, and how this data will help you to do a better job on the sustainability part. And here, just to finish, I would like to show you two examples where we are deploy this solution. One, it is in the Western Valley, in the Chengdu, where we are doing with more than 700,000 square meters, and the other one, it is in. Here you can see this we are using already in Chengdu. This is what we do for Western Valley. More than 700,000 square meter, already energy efficiency of more than 25% over there. Okay. Second one, it is that IKEA. Okay, IKEA that we are doing for the 37 site. Again, energy efficiency more than 20%. Okay. So basically, just to let you know that Aquila is not a new company, okay, in China. Aquila is a backup by a big group that name Eden. Eden, it's more than 25 years history in all over China. We have today more than 1,500 customers, 26,000 employees, 80 cities, $500 million turnover. So we are really a French company focusing on China and Southeast Asia. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Lingsha, tell me 10 minutes. I hope I stay in the 10 minutes. I wish everybody a good day. 谢谢你，谢谢你们。
Edward doesn't need what I will offer now, it's a coffee break. So we are taking a coffee break for about 15 minutes. So let's say the latest in this room at 11:30. So after the presentation we had before, it's time for the debate between the experts, CEO and director of companies. The moderator is Fabien Scuvy. Hold your hand. Senior industry specialist green tech at AWEX. Thanks for introducing your guest, Fabien, and let's kick off the roundtable. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Caroline, distinguished guest. Yes, I have the honor to moderate this session. Thank you for the CBTC for the opportunity. So let me introduce myself. Caroline has said, like Caroline said, I'm Fabien Scuvy. I'm the senior industry specialist at the AWEX. So we help the Wallonne company to export abroad and attract foreign investors to have a smooth landing in the Wallonne region, the French-speaking part of South Belgium. So we have the pleasure to have four panelists. So Olivier Dufresne. We will make a round table, but he's CEO of EcoSteril, a very innovative company in medical waste treatment. We have also Caroline Pallard, who is European and Dutch attorney, patent attorney. We have also the Dr. Song, founder of the Association of Chinese European Innovation and Entrepreneurship and associate partners at IBM, and also Cyril Savarez, president of Hungary, Belgium, a company who makes natural preservative for food company. So we can begin the roundtable. Olivier, can you introduce your company for the participants, please?
So thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation. So I'm Olivier Dufresne, president of EcoSteril. EcoSteril is a company. I'm the third generation of EcoSteril company. It has been created 75 years ago by my grandfather, and since 20 years we focus our activity on the manufacturing of innovative machines for the treatment and the recycling of medical waste. So basically all the medical waste you can imagine we generate everywhere in the world every day. So all the waste in contact with patients, we develop an innovative technology to decontaminate the waste and give a second life, also recycle, make circular economy based on the decontaminated waste.
Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you for having me with you today. Caroline Pallard, patent attorney working at NLO. So NLO is a Belgian and Dutch IP firm, and with quite a long history. We've been established more than 130 years ago, and we advise clients worldwide with their IP protection, so to design IP strategy to optimize the IP protection in all technical fields, so also in the field of green energy.
Thank you, Caroline. Mr. Song?
Our association started from 2017. So we say the core we are focusing on is innovation. and the needs for the internationalization of companies as a driver, and our professional services as a means to provide a platform. The platform is to promote, of course, collaboration between Europe, Belgium, and China, and focusing on startups. So basically, we talk about incubation, we talk about acceleration and training and research activities.
Thank you for inviting me. So my name is Cyril Savarese. I am the president of the company Handari. Handari is a Belgian company who is specialist in natural shelf life solution for the food and beverage industry. So we are developing a total portfolio for the food and beverage to ensure all the microbial spoilage in the food industry, but not only, also dedicated to cosmetic as well and medical application. We have been created in 2009. And our factory is located in Fleurus, and our office is located in Brussels. So we are dedicated to the food industry to find natural way to solve spoilage issues.
Okay, thank you. We can start with some general question to all the participants. First questions, what are the opportunities and the obstacles to sustainable development? Why is it so important to go in the sustainable development? Is there some hurdles, some difficulties, and how you can tackle with? So we can begin with you, Olivier.
So yes, I think the sustainable development goals are very important, and that's why it's highlighted by the United Nations, and all the countries are trying to respect and make actions for these SDGs. For us, as we are in the waste management, we are in innovation. We are innovation by developing our eco-sterile technology, which is today the first alternative in the world of incineration. So incineration, I don't have to explain to you why it's not good for the planet, basically burning the medical waste full of plastics. So today what we develop is a machine, 100% electrical, like the electrical cars using just electricity, heat the waste with microwave, and then after that the waste is decontaminated and assimilated to domestic waste. So what are the problems we can face for this innovation is basically, like all innovations, is regulations. If the law and the regulations are not going in the same way than innovation, it's basically a barrier. So for us, we are today in 65 countries all over the world, in the 5 continents, but specifically in countries where the politicians, where the authorities decided to move forward, to make more strict regulations in terms of environment and waste management, and that's where we have our place. So for China, of course, the potential is huge. The medical waste generation is huge, but for having our technology more present in the country, we need definitely the support of public institutions in terms of regulations.
Thank you. Mr. Savarese, we will give the floor to Caroline after, because it's IP, it's more general. So we will continue to the industry. So Mr. Savarese, is that important to be in the sustainable development, and what are the hurdles do you face with your product? Or?
So I think it's important to be in sustainable development, especially as we are in the food industry, and we know that the food industry is one of the biggest industry in terms of waste, because we are destroying a lot of food every day because the date of consumption is expired. So for us, we are trying to develop products who can extend the shelf life in natural way. We are trying to find alternatives to chemical and synthetic preservatives as well, because this can be also considered sometimes harmful for people and also for the planet. So I think the sustainable development is important in our industry, but we are also facing, like Mr. Olivier said, that we are facing sometimes difficulties with the regulation, because most of the products in our industry are new products, and the regulation might take time to get the approval, to get the specific approval to be used in the food industry. So sometimes the regulation is going slower than the innovation. So we have to find a way to develop the regulation and to help the company like our to integrate our product in the new regulation of the food industry. Also, there is some other point like the consumption of energy, the waste treatment, which are also important to take in consideration in our industry. So we have to find a way to work with the local authority to be able to treat all these problems and find a solution which will be sustainable for us and also for the development.
Okay, thank you. Caroline, in your IP company, did you see some trend in the patents introduced in green technologies, and especially in the collaboration between China and the rest of the world?
Yes. What we can see is that, well, from an IP perspective, of course, now when innovation is being stimulated at the government level all over the world, and especially in China and in Europe, then one of the results could be that the number of IP or patent applications being filed will increase. So that's something we saw already, and that started basically 20 years ago, I would say. And now we see that it's been flattened. So what does it mean? Nobody knows it yet. But it's sure that the number of patent applications worldwide has really tremendously increased. Another thing we see is that from the Chinese applicants, that the number of patent applications being filed and being filed globally has also tremendously increased. So that's also an indication that from China there is a willingness, investment to protect globally all these kind of inventions.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Song, you have accompanied many European startups to expand in China. So did you see a trend, more startup in the sustainability, or integrated the sustainability in their business plan, or is that something living, something vital, something living or not?
Yeah. So basically, as you can see in the past, the world really coming from different areas. So with these 17 goals of the SDG, really it united all the nations, not only the nations, but also the companies and the individuals as well. So one example, I'm from IBM. You can think of IBM probably is all related to technology, but actually it's not. Actually, we are sending our senior leaders to the developing countries to help them to tackle their really issues like water issues in Thailand. I have friends who joined that trip. They spent 3 weeks. So IBM really invest money to help let's say the world to develop under the 17 goals of the United Nations. So come back to your question, I would say we have been organizing a lot of startup competitions. So I can say, for example, this year, 1 month ago, we organized a competition for Jinan. We collected 403 projects from Europe. Of course, we have other places as well. So I could say the trends of those projects, they are all trying to link themselves towards the sustainable development, because they believe this is a heavy investment, not only from China, from all over the world. So they use this one really as a kind of a driver for them to be successful. And not only just a kind of a link, but also they develop some really concrete, I would say, technologies or solutions for the issue related to clean tech, related to let's say environmental protection. So to answer your question, yes, I think I would say from my experiences, they are linked to the sustainable development.
Okay, perfect. So we are here with to underline the collaboration between China and Europe. Olivier, can you say what is your strategy with China or with Asia in general? how you can how is your strategy to get your solution to all over the world?
So yes, thank you for the question. Actually, we are collaborating with three kind of users of our equipment. First, service providers. Service providers are the companies doing the collection and the treatment of hazardous waste and specifically medical waste. Second, we work a lot with big hospitals because they generate a lot of waste. And third, we collaborate with government, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environment of all the countries, and at the international level with the World Health Organization, United Nations, World Bank. They are our customers. So we grow with these organizations since now almost 20 years, country by country. But we are still a SME, about 40 people, 45 people, and I think the strategy of our development has to be prudent, and that's why we are not yet in China. I didn't want it to have one person of my team going around China to do what? To go where? I think our strategic approach for China has to be studied. We need to find first a partner, a local partner, someone who's interested to support us and go on that road with us to introduce our machines and technology in China. So now, and that's also a reason why I'm here for next year and 2023. China will be one of our target markets, maybe our main target market, because now we are in a step of our development where we can definitely go in China and develop activities there.
So if there's someone in the room or by online who is interested to work with EcoSteril, is very kind. I swear. Cyril, do you work with China and how?
So our company has some activity in China because we have a commercial team there, and we know that the food industry in China is a big market. So also we want to develop our Chinese activity because in this industry, the China is really specialist into biotech technology, and there is a lot of link between Belgium and China about this kind of industry. Like there are some ecopole developed for that with the university in Belgium, but as well in China. So we are always looking for talented people who can help us to develop our R&D, create new product, and also find new sources of natural solution. So for us, China is a key market, I would say, in the world because they have already a big presence in this industry. So for us, we have to work with China.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Song, how can you help Belgian companies or China company to facilitate the interaction and the discovery of these new markets, China or Europe?
Yeah. So I just want to rewind a little bit the history. You know, China has been opened up from 1978, but China is catching up. But of course, during the development, they focus on the development, so they are pretty late with the, let's say, environmental protection, all of this. Only until 2020, when President Xi Jinping has announced the plan that by 2030, China will be will be going to the carbon neutral state. So that is a big plan. So I must say the market for the whole world in China is really a big one. And the reason is also this is the environmental protection is in line with the Chinese strategy as well. As you know, the natural resources for China actually is big problems because 70% of the oil are rely on importing, and also 43% of the gas is imported. So for China, it is in Chinese interest to develop the renewable energy. That's why probably you also realize there are quite some let's say leading technologies actually is coming from China, like electrical cars and also renewable energy. They are becoming sort of, let's say, a driver for this technology. But of course, we also have to see that China is very good in making technology in getting to work. But on the other hand, I must say Europe is really the initiator for environmental protection. Actually, it's even better than the US. So I think Europe should be continue to be in the position to lead it, but collaborate with China. I always say top down and bottom up. Top down means when we do environmental protection, it's not only about technology. It is about regulations, as you mentioned. It is talk about IP. There are all of these regulations and the laws. I think those things, Europe is really in the leadership position. I think Europe should continue doing that. But of course, when you come down to real implementation, technology development, solution development, marketing, testing, all of this, I think there's really big chance for China and Europe to work together. And only by doing so, I think it will be beneficial for both continents, for companies, for even individuals. So I will do everything I can to help our Belgian companies to be connected with the Chinese companies, with the Chinese solutions. Hopefully, we will all will be very happy at that.
Thank you, Caroline. In your work, did you see the collaboration in IP between Chinese and Belgian companies? How do you help Belgian companies to go in China and Chinese company to invest in IP in Europe? So did you see also collaboration between companies with licensing or and something else?
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. Indeed, for us as a European IP firm, China is becoming more and more important. We see that our European clients want to protect their invention in China and the other way around as well. So that means that we invest in knowing and selecting and having a long-term relationship with IP agent in China, because of course we need each other, and so we will file in Europe for their clients, and they will file in China for our clients. So it's very important to have to set up a very good relationship with some IP firm in China. This is what we already did and that we keep going doing. And for example, we now decided to give presentations on a webinar, a Chinese platform webinar, the IPR platform, and we do that several times per year to a Chinese public interested in IP development in Europe. So it means we really invest in the relationship, and we see that both parties, European applicants and Chinese applicants, are both interested in the other jurisdiction. Whether we see more and more license from, I have a few examples in my mind of Belgian companies having deals with Chinese companies. So I do not know the exact statistic, but I think this is something that is really developing and emerging.
Thank you. Yes, in time of sustainability, we are in the middle of the bridge. How do you see the future, the next 30 years for your company and for the world?
It's a huge question.
First your company, it's okay.
But in general, because I think the answer is for ourselves, it's for our companies, it's for our countries. I think we have to act. It's more than time to think in a sustainable way in every manner, in every day, in every little things we do, and that's our goal with EcoSteril, is to try to first to help the planet to be a little bit greener in terms of at our small scale for the medical waste, so to avoid the incineration, to avoid to use non-reusable resources for the treatment of these dangerous waste, and yes, so I think environment is key, business is important. Of course, we need all to grow, to make profits, to hire people, but sustainability and environment is compatible with this. It's not something we should be or we should feel like a barrier. We have to grow with sustainable actions, and that's what we try to do at our scale once again for medical waste.
Okay, Mr. Stone. Same question. We are in the middle of the bridge, so how do you see the future in the next 30 years? Also, for the collaboration between Chinese and Belgian companies, how do you see the future? Greener or must we society right now? No.
Yeah, so I think in nowadays people talking about two words very often. One is competition, another one is collaboration. I mean, it sounds like a bit of a contradictory, but actually it is not. I think we all support the positive competition because that can drive things much faster, can drive innovation. On the other hand, collaboration is essential. If we don't think of collaboration as the basic things, we only talk about the competition, then we are destroying each other. We are consuming resources from the limited resources we could have on this planet. So I would say from this point of view, I really believe that we have to all come back to say collaboration is an essential thing we have to do. And lucky, very, very lucky, on environmental issues, this point, and China is very much in line with Europe and with the rest of the world as well, because it is really for the interest of China to develop renewable energy, to develop environmental protection, because they are lack of those kind of things. So from this point of view, I think there are plenty really opportunities as long as we are exploring, as long as we are trying, as long as we are patient, we'll be patient enough, because sometimes I do know when we are working with the Chinese companies or with our colleagues from China, it is not easy. It's difficult. Even for myself, I came to Belgium in 1986. I'm here 36 years. So I spend more time in Belgium than in China. Sometimes when I have discussions with our colleagues from China, I do have difficulties as well. I often see from the Western world, we are always top down. We are very structural. So when we have a plan for a meeting, we make plan for the meeting. We make plan for governance. But with the Chinese, they are very much the bottom up. Bottom up means that they get the job done. You give them a goal, they will get the job done. But these two come together will really make, let's say, making very good strengths. So I would say yes, they are. I mean, the future for me is greener because it's in the interest of both continents.
Perfect. Cyril, I heard that Hungary has digitalized your bio process. So in the next future, is the digitalization will take more part in the green tech industry?
Yes, I think the digital transformation of our biomanufacturing is important because it will be driven by observing the performances of workflow and processes. And in this way, we can identify what we have to improve and how we can improve it. Digitalization of bioprocessing of operation, activity, facilities is important to lead to better manufacturing practices. And this will help us to monitor our performances and see and develop our strategical development. So like Mr. Song said, it's important for us to have a collaboration between regions like Europe and China, which are really big regions and which have a lot to offer. And there are different visions that can bring unique projects and develop unique potential market and potential product. So it's needed to be protected, I can understand, but it's also needed to be collaborative, because we have a lot to offer to each other, and there is a big potential to work all together to develop a better future for our companies, but also for our planet and for our people.
Thank you. Caroline, so the future will be in the collaboration, and IP will play, I think, a huge role in it?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, on one hand, when you think about IP, maybe you can think, well, okay, you want to get a competitive advantage, and maybe you will not be willing to give a license to another company. But I think there are also lots of examples wherein having IP could also foster innovation and collaboration if you set up the proper content. So I think that's needed, and I think that's the end that will pay out.
We come to an end to this session. I will give you a last word. If you can summarize your expectation for the future for your company in 1 or 2 words, what would you say?
The expectations are, of course, to be present everywhere in the world, but with strategic partners and develop. We cannot impose our way to treat medical waste everywhere. We have to act with local people, with local companies, local governments, local politicians, local regions. So the future will be for us to continue to travel, to meet the people, to show our expertise and try to give a better planet to the future generations.
Caroline?
Yeah, I think we will further globalize our relationship with other IP firms, and that will contribute to further improvement in the IP protection. And for example, in Europe, we have the upcoming UPC Unified Patent Code that will come up next year, and that will be translated into a decrease of the patent protection cost within Europe. So that could be a nice step towards further globalization and protection of these tremendous innovations that we all need.
Thank you. Mr. Sun?
Yeah, I say 3 words. So let's understanding each other, let's collaborate each other, let's take action together to build a better world for us and for our next generation.
Sorry.
That was it for us. So it's a little bit of everything. So of course, for every company, what is important is also expansion. We want to be present all over the world. And for this, like Mr. Olivier said, that we have to find the right partner, we have to find the right people to discuss with, to collaborate with, to have the same strategy and same philosophy. And I think there is a lot of people over the world that can offer this opportunity to a small company, big companies as well. And this is why it's important for us as Handari, as a company also, to work with specific partner in China or in other countries to try to develop specific projects, specific industry product. So that's how we see our future as a small company, is trying to expand with directed strategy of collaboration.
Thank you. I must thank all the participants for this roundtable. It was very interesting. Thank you again for the CBTC to give us the opportunity to present ourselves, and thank you to you for your attention.
And we know perfectly how to speak about collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is a pleasure to appear in front of you to conclude the first part of today's Sustainable Development Symposium on behalf of CBTC, the China-Belgium Technology Center. Allow me to thank all the management team of our co-organizer and partner for this symposium. In the last decade, the need to solve the environmental challenge globally has hugely grown. If the recent pandemic has stolen the show for the last year, the climate change and energy crisis we are currently experiencing have brought back sustainable development to the front row. Businesses and corporations have never stopped their innovation towards sustainable technology and have increased their environmental social governance practices. In today's intervention, we have listened to business actors, both from Europe and from China, that have made sustainable development their daily reality, thanks to their innovation and their research and development. In renewable energy, John Cockrell has introduced us how efficient can be the solar thermal technology together with the renewable hydrogen solution. In the chemical industry, Brian has presented us how they have implemented circular economy in phosphorus chemistry and reduced their dependence to natural gas and reducing as well their CO2 emission. Goshen High-Tech has explained us how they are impacting the transportation industry by installing in more than 700,000 vehicles just last year their battery system. These include trucks, personal cars, and of course bus. In the building industry, Aquila 3D has introduced us the digital twin software and platform technology that permits to efficiently reduce energy consumption, CO2 emission, and implement ESG standards in property management. During the roundtable session, we have discovered, thanks to EcoSterile, solution to treat and recycle efficiently medical waste. And Dari has shown us how the shelf life of food and beverage can be naturally extended, thanks to their process reducing food waste and increasing sustainability. Dr. Pollard and Dr. Song have described the need to increase our collaboration on sustainability between our region. Thanks again to all our speakers and their company for their intervention today. CBTC exists to build a sustainable, innovative ecosystem that bridges Chinese and European technology companies. Clean tech and sustainable development represent one of the most strategical industry verticals we are thriving to develop. I'm glad to have witnessed with you today various examples of our collaboration between Belgium and China, and I hope it will stimulate later today and later in the coming months additional bilateral exchange. Sustainable development is not a choice anymore, and it represents one of the most difficult challenges of our century for our governments, for our corporation, but also for us as individuals. Allow me to conclude with a short yet powerful quote from Neil Fitzgerald. Sustainability is here to stay, or we may not be. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Eric. This now concludes the morning session. So in total, we have 19 speakers in the morning and with 6 joining us online. So I would like to give a big applaud to every one of the guest speakers and a very attentive audience of today. Applaud to all of them. And just some practical questions. So for the now we can go outside for the lunch buffet, and we will come back at around 1:30 sharp for our after session. And if anybody has interest with some of the keynote speakers who might not be here, feel free to contact with me and Caroline, and we will put you in touch. Thank you very much and enjoy your lunch.